So this video we're going to be flying through the patch notes for the Season 3 Reloaded update, and we're going to get through this very quickly. We're only going to cover the Warzone related content. So we've got some customizations for kill streaks and things like that, nothing too important here. We've got some weapon prestige camos, that's going to be coming in as well. We'll get to see those as and when they actually drop into the game, which is obviously just later on today. Maps, we've got Urzikstan bunkers, so we're going to be seeing that. We've got some new modes. We've got loaded resurgence, similar to plunder. The resurgence variant allows players to deploy with their loadout of choice. Expect non-stop action. I'm not too sure if this is still going to be a resurgence game mode, so we'll need to see, but obviously you do get your loadouts at the start, which is pretty cool to be fair, so we'll see how that goes. Very good for leveling up stuff as well. We've got Lockdown as well, which is customized for Rebirth Island, which is actually pretty decent, but this says coming to Warzone later this season, so it's not dropping just yet with this update. We've got the new weekly playlist, which is going to have loaded resurgence, ranked play, plunder, battle royale, and regular resurgence. We then have some general updates to Champions Quest, Rebirth Island audio improvements. They always say that, but let's be honest, we don't really know what the audio is like in this game. It's always terrible regardless. We've got new features coming to Rebirth Island. So we've got the Heavy Armor public event. This new event raises the number of armor plates you can carry. So you're able to have basically a total of 350 HP. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work. So that is pretty decent. Which is going to basically make the game feel a little bit better, hopefully. The only issue is a lot of the mags on certain weapons are quite low in this game, so I suppose we'll need to see how that goes. Then we've got the weapon trade station. So this is a perfect tool to get more advantageous gear. That's what it's saying here. So you can trade for common weapons, and you can trade for like more rarer weapons, extra ammo, legendary stuff. We've had this kind of in the game before, so in the previous Warzone, so it's kind of what we've seen before. We're going to be getting Foresight kill streak returns, so we're going to see that where the zones end. We're going to get a specialist perk package, which is going to basically give the benefits of every Warzone perk all at the one go. This is pretty cool as well. And then we have upgrade. I don't really know what this is. With the arrival of new gear, Connie has updated to make good use of them. I don't really know what this is, to be honest. I'm not really sure. Variable time of day. So this is going to be throughout the Rebirth Island map. It's just going to basically have different weather themes, which is going to be pretty cool. Adjusted features. So ascender improvements, which is going to be pretty good. This is going to allow you to helps with the circumstances where ascenders and elevators not only provide a prompt at certain angles and ranges. I think this is going to be so you could jump onto it a little bit easier, essentially. Elevator ascenders, again, I think it's probably going to be just easier to interact with in general. Rebirth Island high stakes public event allows crates now have a utility box instead of an ammo and armor box. Medicine cabinet is going to be dropping down to 1 stim instead of 2, and then spy drone is going to be reduced, the number of spy drones you can have in the air or something like that. I'm not really sure. And then we've got to change to biometric scanners. Cool. Warzone bootcamp loot, and this is basically the kind of training mode thing. We've got a new weapon, so that's the BAL-27. This is an assault rifle, so this is going to have kind of a weird kind of idea, similar to the SVA, I think, where basically the starting fires a bit slower, and then it actually speeds up the fire rate afterwards, which is pretty cool to see. Then we've got new aftermarket parts, which basically mean new weapons in the game, so we're actually going to have a bunch of different options here. So we're going to have the Jack Patriot for the M16. This is going to make this a fully automatic assault rifle, so this could actually be a meta choice depending on how this actually goes. Jack Wardens for the Lockwood MK2 marksman rifle. So this is going to allow it to be an akimbo shotgun essentially, so we'll see how that goes. The Jack Atlas kit is going to be for the AMR9 SMG, converts the SMG into a 5-round burst carbine rifle. So this is going to be pretty cool, so it could be a really solid choice actually as kind of like an assault rifle type gun. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the mag capacity is pretty big enough and they don't block off some of the good attachments for it. But we'll see. That actually might be a meta choice as well. So the two we are looking out for is JAK Patriot on the M16 and the JAK Atlas on the AMR9. So that will be pretty solid. So they're basically like two new guns in the game as well, included with the actual new assault rifle. We've got some weapon adjustments, of course, which you would expect. We've got increased hipfire spread pretty much on the BP50, increased hipfire spread on the SVA. We've got some damage changes, decreases on the RAM7. So this is getting a heavy nerf. BP50 and SVA are not really getting nerfed that much, to be honest. Then we've got some hipfire spread changes on the MTZ-556. Again, hipfire changes on the Holger. We've got damage increases on the MCW. Now, I'm not too sure if this is going to affect the conversion kit, which is obviously very, very meta right now. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, it shouldn't really change the conversion kit because it's one of the fastest TTK guns in the game at the moment. But we'll see. But overall, we are getting a bump to damage on the MCW in general, so it could make it a viable long-range rifle. The FR556, we've not really talked about this gun too much, but there's a whole bunch of changes here with this gun when it comes to attachment changes, with recoil control and all these things. We've got a buff to bullet velocity. The modifier for the upper torso and arm damage has been improved as well. So this is a lot of changes for one gun here. So this is basically almost quite a lot of the attachments here. It's going to take some time to get through this all, but essentially all the attachments have been adjusted with this gun. And we'll go through in the future videos. M13B, we've got a buff, so this is great because this is a good gun. Low recoil, obviously we build it for kind of like long range and things, so a slight damage buff but nothing major. We've also got headshot modifiers and stuff being decreased, upper torso modifier being increased. So overall, slight adjustment there. We don't know if that's a good change because it's been decreased and also increased at the same time, so hopefully it's going to make it a viable gun now. Tempest Razorback Modern Warfare 2 gun, again damage buff here. This could be actually very solid, to be honest, because it is actually overall a solid gun regardless. And the same with the FR Advancer, we're getting damage buffs across the board on this gun too, so overall really, really good changes here. So Modern Warfare 2 guns could come back in at the mix. Also, they have less of that side to side kind of deviation of recoil. It's such a weird stat, but it's like that idle sway type thing where the Modern Warfare 2 guns are actually better than the Modern Warfare 3 guns for this stat in particular. Could mean some of these guns are better at long range, essentially. Now, we've got some battle rifle changes. We've had a nerf to the SOA Subverter, which we expected anyway, so that's been damage reduced. Seen that coming. MTZ-762 has had a decrease to its aim down sight time, so it's made it a bit quicker, which is kind of cool. We've got the JAK Thunder LMG kit. Is that just the change to that kit, essentially? Yeah, so that decreased the aim down sight times only when you're using the conversion kit. And then we've got aim down sight time decrease by 20%, I think, across the board as well. Cool. We've got some fire type full auto. We've got some decreases on the SO14. No one's really using this gun too much, let's be honest. We've got a nerf to the HRM, so this is going to be a massive change for the SMG meta, to be honest, because the HRM is pretty much the most popular SMG in the game right now. So we've got quite a few changes when it comes to damage overall here. This is going to be a massive change. I will cover this in a video as well. We've got recoil changes to the RAM9, but I don't think this will matter too much to the gun. Rival 9 has had a damage buff. WSP 9 has had a sprint to fire decrease, which is actually pretty good, to be fair, because it's a solid gun. So this could be one of the more popular weapons. A lot of people are using this right now anyway. Striker has had a damage increase in its mid damage range, which is actually pretty good, to be fair. I don't really know why they've done that. It's a very low recoil gun as well, quite still popular in the game because it is ground loot at the moment. So that is something we'll need to consider as probably being one of the new meta weapons, along with the WSP 9 and the WSP Swarm, actually. So we'll see how that goes, but the main one here is the HRM getting a massive nerf. So we have the broadside shotguns getting some slight changes here. I don't really want to focus too much on shotguns. LMGs, these are some changes as well. Upper torso modifier being increased for the DG58. This was a popular gun for a little while, then they nerfed it, but now it's been buffed again, so it could be another solid choice. Bruin has been damage nerfed again. It got damage nerfed previously in an update, and now it's been nerfed again. So just keep that in mind. All modifiers have been decreased as well, actually. TAQ Eradicator, we've got some aim down sight and sprint to fire buffs. So that's pretty good, but it's still not one of the better guns in the game. Then we've got some sniper changes here to all of the one-shot snipers, essentially. So that's the Stalker, Cat, and the Mors. So bullet velocity decrease. Don't know how much I like that, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Bullet velocity decrease here as well on the Cat. Again, don't know how much I like that either. Aim down sight time has been increased on the Mors, so that's making it not as snappy as it was before. That's kind of annoying. And they've decreased the bullet velocity on the anti-material slug, which makes it the one shot at all ranges. Bit annoying because snipers are still not like really a super meta weapon at the moment, but they're kind of getting there, so I suppose they're trying to balance it. But to be honest, I don't really think it needed to touch too much, but we'll see. Then we've got some changes to the Core 45, not really that popular because it's mainly the conversion kit people are using if they are using it. Same goes for the Renetti, people are only mainly using the conversion kit. But they are buffing the movement speed here, which is pretty decent overall. WSP Stinger, upper torso modifier increase, is a good buff to be fair. And then we've got some changes to the Modern Warfare 2 pistols as well. Again, mainly for movement speed changes here, and that's pretty much it. Loadouts, we've got a slight change to loadouts here, and then UI changes, bug fixes, and that is pretty much it. So a lot of these are weapon changes mainly, and what the new weapon additions are, but we'll go over that in future videos once we do actually some testing and things and True Game Data gets the stats up. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.